Welcome to another video from Target Dish Tutors. This video will cover the human circulatory system and its double circulation. The human circulatory system is composed of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. The heart is a pumping organ that pumps the blood throughout our body. Blood vessels are muscular tubes, except capillaries, that carry blood from the heart to the cells. Blood contains cells and the liquid portion is called plasma. Blood carries digestive products, gases, waste products, and hormones. First of all, we will look into some general information about human heart. The heart is an organ that pumps the blood around the body and through the lungs endlessly. The human heart starts to beat around the age of 5 to 6 weeks in the mother's womb. That means 5 to 6 weeks aged embryo. The size of the human heart is about the size of a clenched fist of the person. It is made up of cardiac muscle, a special type of muscle. The continuous pumping action is carried out by the two pacemakers that are buried within the cardiac muscle. The rate of the heart is under the influence of hormones as well as the two pacemakers. This is a simple anatomical representation of the human heart. Human heart is divided into right side and the left side. The right side of the human heart is further divided into right atrium and the right ventricle. Likewise, left side of the human heart is divided into left atrium and the left ventricle. The right atrium and the left atrium are divided by a septum called interatrial septum. Likewise, a septum that separates the right ventricle from the left ventricle is called interventricular septum. Inter means in between. There is a valve that separates the right atrium from the right ventricle is called tricuspid valve. There is a valve that separates the left atrium from the left ventricle is called bicuspid valve or mitral valve. There is a valve that lies in the pulmonary artery and the aorta is called semilunar valve. There are two major vessels that brings the blood to the heart and two major vessels that takes the blood away from the heart. The two major vessels that brings the blood to the heart, vena cava that brings the deoxygenated blood to the right atrium, pulmonary vein that brings the oxygenated blood to the left atrium. The major vessels that takes the blood away from the heart are pulmonary artery that takes the deoxygenated blood to the lungs, aorta that takes the oxygenated blood to the whole body. I am going to explain how the blood circulation occurs in the human heart. I will start from the right side of the heart. Right side of the heart receives the deoxygenated blood through the vena cava. The right atrium receives the deoxygenated blood and pumps the deoxygenated blood through the tricuspid valve. Once the right ventricle is filled, the tricuspid valve closes, right ventricle starts to contract. So the deoxygenated blood is pumped through the semilunar valves into the pulmonary artery. There are two pulmonary arteries. One is right pulmonary artery. The second one is left pulmonary artery. The right pulmonary artery takes the deoxygenated blood to the right lung. The left pulmonary artery takes the deoxygenated blood to the left lung for oxygenation. This circulation is called pulmonary circulation. A detailed video about what happens in the lungs, alveolar ventilation, can be found on our channel. I will provide the link for it in the description. Make sure you check this out. So to continue, once the blood is oxygenated in the alveoli, the oxygenated blood enters the left side of the heart. I am going to explain what is going to happen to the oxygenated blood on the left side of the heart. Pulmonary vein brings the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium. Once the left atrium is filled, it pumps the blood through the bicuspid valve into the left ventricle. When the left ventricle is filled, bicuspid valve closes to prevent the backward flow of the oxygenated blood to the left atrium. Then the blood from the left ventricle is pumped through the seminal valves into the aorta. The aorta takes the oxygenated blood to the whole body. After utilization of oxygen by the cells of the body, the blood becomes deoxygenated and it is drained into the right atrium through the superior and inferior vena cava. Then the process starts again. If this process seems complicated, don't worry. The more you go over it, the easier it will become to remember. Here are some tips that may help you. Arteries carry blood away from the heart, while the veins carry the blood to the heart. And pulmonary means it's associated with the lungs. So putting that together, the pulmonary artery must carry the blood away from the heart because it is an artery, to the lungs because it is pulmonary. Likewise, the pulmonary vein must carry the blood to the heart because it is a vein, from the lungs, pulmonary. Usually in the body, arteries carry oxygenated blood and the veins carry deoxygenated blood. The pulmonary artery and vein are the only exceptions to these. To remember the valves, tricuspid valve has an R, so it is on the right side of the heart. Mitral valve has an L, so it is on the left side of the heart. Remember, although I explained the circulation as a cycle, starting from the right to the left, both sides of the heart contract together. The right and the left artery contract together, then the right and the left ventricles contract together. Also remember that when the tricuspid or mitral valves are open, the semilunar valves are closed and vice versa. Do you know the heartbeat you hear is actually the sound the valves are closing? Now we are going to see what is double circulation in humans. The human heart has double circulation. What does that mean? It means blood circulates in the human heart twice through the two sides of the heart. That means right and left sides. This is a simple diagrammatic representation of human double circulatory system. As I explained before, the deoxygenated blood is drained into the right atrium. From the right atrium, blood is pumped into the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, blood is pumped to the lungs for oxygenation. After oxygenation, blood returns to the left atrium. This circulation is called pulmonary circulation. From the left atrium, blood is drained into the left ventricle, and from the left ventricle, blood is pumped to the whole system of our body. This circulation is called systemic circulation. Why do we need a double circulatory system? We need a double circulation as when the blood passes through the capillaries in the lungs, it loses a lot of pressure as it slows down to be oxygenated. If the blood was to go directly from the lungs to the rest of the body, there would not be enough pressure for the blood to move through the whole body and make the trip back. Therefore, the blood goes to the heart to be pumped again to provide this pressure. To sum up, in this video we looked at the function and anatomy of the heart, the process of circulation, and double circulation and its importance. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos. Leave us a like and a comment and share with your friends. See you on the next video. Bye now.